This edition of Walk the Wu Wei is all about the question, is stress and negativity contagious?
No. Well, it is not contagious.
In a nutshell, that would be our answer. I mean, so I'm talking about, I guess, stress when you're at work, with work colleagues getting stressed, or with friends who are being really negative all the time. One person in the community group has said, referred to these people as mood hoovers, which I think is a great expression.
But not true.
But not true. So it's a great question, and it's a one that you get asked a lot in terms of other people affecting, other people's emotions and feelings. So do you want to kick off with your thoughts on that?
Well, it's
David?
such a great question for us because it strikes at the heart of the Wu Wei model, really, because emotional feelings, they are not contagious. They do not float around the room and attach themselves to you, and you can't do anything about it. And that really is the teaching. You are the creator of your emotional feelings. You are not the victim. Whether that's red light feelings, anxiety, stress, or negativity, or green light feelings, positivity, confidence, you are creating all of those. And so this is why this is such an important question. It goes right to the root of the problem.
I mean, in terms of, if we just start with stress, so for example, being stressed at work, there is a big difference between stress and pressure, and often people confuse the two.
Well, yes, and that's why I prefer, instead of using the word stress, I would prefer to use red light feelings, because in some cases, being under pressure can be a good thing. It can really push you to or past what you would normally do. It can get you out of your comfort zone. I don't think we talk enough about being out of our comfort zone. Why do we create a comfort zone, and why do we have to stay in the comfort zone? That sometimes pushing yourself out of that comfort zone can be a very positive thing, but that's not stress. Stress, by the sheer name, I don't even like the word stress. It's like you're under stress. So it's, again, the word I am under stress. It's like I've got nothing to do with it. You've got a lot to do with it. You are the controller and the creator of your emotions. You are not the victim. And this is really, again, time and time again, the fundamental message of Wu Wei. Do not let other people impose on you.
Yeah. So I guess when you're with friends or when you're with work colleagues, so in a variety of situations, of course, if you're a sensitive person, you will pick up on their stress or their agitation or their negativity.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. You're a sensitive person, and if someone around you is creating red lights, you can maybe help them. If they want help, you can guide them. You can suggest techniques that they can do. But why would you want to take it in for you? You know what? One of the analogies, I like analogies, is this idea that chi energy or love flows through you and out. So it's flowing through you like a conduit and out. And sometimes I think about that, when you see those Western films with the cowboy sling doors.
Yeah.
Get your doors just to open one way.
Yeah.
So they can't come into you, it blocks you. And so the energy is flowing through you and out. So as your example, if someone is under what they want to call stress, anxiety, depression, and they ask for your help, you are in a far better position to help them. This is really useful because you're not being contaminated by them. You're in a position to help.
Yeah. So I guess that's particularly relevant for therapists, healers, carers who maybe all day long, I mean, like yourself, you're dealing with people who have emotional imbalances that come to you with your problems.
In the middle of great traumas,
And obviously you're sensitive, highly sensitive to the understanding of what's going on. You're highly sensitive. You're tuned into their chi energy, which is disrupted. But I guess you develop this mechanism to be able to give out your energy, to still stay connected, to still be sensitive, to still be empathetic. but you don't let the energy almost come the other way, swing back the other way. That's what you're saying.
Well, I am, because if you do, you know, you're not helping them. If somebody can't swim and is in a swimming pool and drowning, you're not helping them if you can't swim to jump in with them.
Yeah.
You could just drag them down. So the best way is to be able to be sympathetic, to be caring, to be compassionate, but give them the tools that they can find the way out.
Yeah.
And I keep on saying, if they want it, you have to be very mindful, because some people in the middle of a trauma may not want you to give them the way out, because they're in the middle of a trauma and they're experiencing this trauma. And so to come along like a smart aleck and say, well, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should be doing this, that's not helping them. But also being connected and going into the trauma with them and winding it up, that's not helping them either. So the Wu Wei is to be connected to yourself, to be on your center line, and to be, here comes a Taoist word now, appropriate. To be able to give appropriate guidance and advice in the right way. So sometimes you have to be connected to yourself, to have that clear thinking, that clear mind, to be able to do that. You have to be in control of your emotions before you can help someone be in control of theirs.
So in a situation whereby I don't know, your work colleagues are all getting really stressed or worked up, or your friends that you hang around with are getting really stressed or negative or bitching about something. A lot of people say, oh, well, that just drags me down, that drags my mood down. But I guess the teaching is you don't have to copy them. You don't have to follow their flow of energy. And I mean, a term a lot of psychologists and counsellors refer to is mirroring, this idea that you, and it's an NLP thing as well, that you automatically match your energy or mirror your energy to that person.
So, so before you develop that point, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Why would you want to mirror? Why would you want to mirror someone who is out of control? Why would you want to copy them? What benefit is it for them, first of all? Do you think it's going to help them when you become as stressed as they are? What benefit is it of them?
Well, it doesn't help you.
And it doesn't help you.
Get on with your life or deal with the work project. And it certainly doesn't help them at all. In fact, I think in some instances it encourages them even more to be more negative, more stressed. And then it becomes like a vicious circle.
And that's on another slight thing, that's why I don't like the word stress, anxiety, depression, panic attacks, because does that help the situation or does that make it worse? It makes it worse. Call it a red light, because that's what it is. It's a red light. It's an emotional feeling. Remember, we're not against emotional feelings. The emotional feelings are doing exactly what they should be doing. They're telling you are thinking or believing wrong. So you see someone thinking or believing wrong, why would you mirror it? It's like, it doesn't make sense.
So we're saying, don't let their red lights become your red lights.
Exactly.
But I think a lot of people don't realise they have a choice in the matter. They don't take
don't they realise they've got a choice?
They don't take self-responsibility to say, you know what, in this moment I'm surrounded by people who are really stressed, or I'm surrounded by people who are really negative. If it's a work situation, obviously you can't just remove yourself completely from the situation or the people, because you've got to get on with them and the project or whatever it is you're working on. But you still have that choice to control your inner world, even though the outer world may be... Of course you do,
because you're making a choice. Using your example, here I am surrounded by negative, stressful people. So what shall I do? I know, I'll also be negative and stressful.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
When you
Stop it.
Stop it.
It doesn't make sense. Take responsibility. Now, I call it self-discipline, but a lot of my clients, quite rightly, have been brought up in an environment, in a childhood where discipline was overly endorsed. So perhaps we can put another word in front of it: compassionate self-discipline. Be compassionate for yourself and be compassionate for those around you, because perhaps they will mirror you if you're calm, and you will address situations in a correct way, and you will say to people, take a chill pill, drop your shoulders, relax.
Yeah.
We have a real significant issue or problem here. Let's deal with it. We have got creative minds. Instead of being stressed, why don't we be creative and find a solution? And so it may be you're the one that has to do that.
Yeah.
You're the one that
Lead
makes
by
the difference.
example.
Lead by
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
You know, trust yourself. Be in control of yourself. And then perhaps you don't have to tell others. They'll be saying, oh my goodness, look how Alex really worked through that situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this is particularly important. Can I tell you when this, for parents, this is particularly important for parents bringing up children. Let them see how you deal with difficult situations.
Because children are so tuned in to your energy. And the same applies for teachers as well, I guess. They are, so switched on to your mood, your changing energy. And if they will watch how you deal with a pressured situation or deal with stress. And so, you've got to lead absolutely by example.
You're leading by example, and particularly in the case of children, they will mirror you. They will copy you. So instead of telling them what to do, telling them, so many of my clients have got what I call a dual belief system. So, one of my teachings, you've heard me say, would you teach that to your child? And they'll say, of course I wouldn't. And they'll laugh, oh, of course I wouldn't teach my child that. And then I say, well, why do you do it? And they go, oh, well, it's different for me.
Yeah.
It's not different for you. What you teach your child, how you teach your child to deal with difficult situations shouldn't be the way you teach them to shoot. It should be the way they watch you do it and they copy you. So your friends, so your family members, so who you are. If you were an employee, would you want to employ a person who absolutely frazzles out every time something goes wrong or finds a solution? We can't stop we can't stop the problems. We can change the way we deal with the problems. Can I give you a teaching? This is a teaching from my master in China. They're always talking about mountain streams. You've heard me say this one time and time again. A mountain stream doesn't come down the mountain, finding its way down crystal clear, hits a boulder and says, well, there you are. I'm stressed now. That boulder's in my way. What can I do about it? Yeah. It finds a way around it. It finds a solution. And that's what we should do. We should be like nature. And that's why Taoism is not a religion. It's a philosophy. Be like nature. Relax. You see the birds on the air currents, flowing with the air currents. They don't go against the air currents. They are in harmony. Live your life in harmony. There is no need, if everyone around you is losing your head, don't cut off yours.
Well, that's brilliant. Thank you, David. So, essentially, stress, negativity is not contagious.
Don't even mention the word. Stop it.
Stop it. Your inner world belongs to you. Take control, take self-responsibility, and as David said, lead by example.
And if you see somebody who's stressed, go and put your arms around them and say, relax. Here comes a great saying, relax, put your arm around and whisper in their ear, this too will pass.
Well, as always, thank you for watching. And if you've got any comments or questions, please post them below and we'll always try to answer them for you. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.